Signs are still up. Home site. Wow, you can really see through the trees now. Home sweet home. Home for the next few days. And everything is just how I left it. Nothing's been moved. Firewood's still covered up. I'll be bucking that up here probably tomorrow. This is where we're gonna put the canopy for the shower and the bathroom. Bricks. Fire pit has not been touched. It's nice and dry. It hasn't rained in a few days. So we'll sweep off the deck and get the tent going. Trail cam. Haven't gotten anything on there for a few days. So here we go. Time to set up. All right, we're starting to get the tent set up. Legs, triangles, got it all out. This takes the longest time out of everything. So we got half the tent up. Still got to get the legs on this side, but I'm going to go ahead and drape the tent over the top and get that going. That is usually the most challenging part of this trip. Fortunately, I had an extra set of hands this time. But it's up, and now it's just a matter of situating the tent correctly on the poles. Got the floor down, got the rug down. Got all the flaps tied in. And now I'm going to go ahead and get all these loose ends tied down along the perimeter. We ended up getting pretty busy, so I didn't get much video, but we've got the wood stove going because it's chilly. And this thing warmed it right up. This pipe is such a pain in the butt to put together. I don't know if I got bad pipe or if I'm just an idiot. It's probably the latter. But that wood stove is cooking right along. Get the bed set up. It got dark quick, so tomorrow's going to be another busy day of continuing to set up. Until then, good night. This is going to be the view at the cabin site. This is the very top of the property. Time to cut this bad boy up. This should do the trick for now. So this stuff I just cut up, fresh off the fallen tree. And this stuff was all just bucked up. This stuff is old and good for burning now. But this stuff is what I just bucked up from the stuff that's been sitting here since the last trip. Good morning. It is about 5:30 on Tuesday. We drove back from the property Wednesday afternoon, and I'm headed back. So it's 5:30. Should get there about 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. So somewhere probably about 9 to 9:30. But it's raining pretty good. It's supposed to rain all week. So part 2. Here we go. Just drove back up. Took about a little over 4 hours to make the trip this time. The rain was really, really bad and traffic was really bad. But everything's in place. It's really nice. It's chilly here. The wind is blowing real strong. And lots of leaves down and just everything's still in place. I mean, I've only been gone one day, but you never know. And about to unload the little bit of stuff that I brought back with me. Get a fire going in the stove, most likely, and then get to work. The first chore of the day is getting this stuff into the truck and taken to the dump. All loaded up. I wasn't as bad as cleaning out the pit, but it certainly wasn't far off. Just gross, man. And all that broken glass. I'm gonna have to come down here and eventually scrape the top layer, because that is mostly, I'll get that out of there. That right there is mostly a pile of glass just covered up with leaves and some dirt. But prior to the last trip, this was all completely full of the trash that you see in the back of the truck. At least now it's clear. This is the big tree I'm going to take out of here with a chain. It's probably about 7 feet. 7 feet from here to here, if I had to guess. Anyway, so property's looking good, colorful. Up to the site, you can kind of see the tent through the trees this time of year. This road needs gravel bad because it's pretty steep. Add it to the to-do list. But anyway, let's get on to the dump and then to Lowe's. Back with my load of gravel. So just some quick breakdown of what I'm about to do here. So this is the front of the tent site, and I laid down this brick here along the perimeter just to kind of get an idea of where I wanted it. I'm gonna stop it, run it along the tent. This ground flows down this way pretty steep, so I don't want the gravel rolling down the hill. But I'm gonna move these bricks out of the way. I'm going to lay some string down and so that I make it nice and straight, and then dig a channel for these bricks, lay some sand down, level them out as best I can. That winds are blowing today. But lay some sand down and then lay the brick back down, put some landscape fabric down here, and start unloading this gravel. Not sure how much I'm gonna get done today. It is, what time is it right now? It's about 3:45. So I've got about 3 more hours or so of good sunlight. So we're gonna get to it and see how far I go. First channel is dug. Got the sand down and starting the first row. First line is pretty much in. Got the string going down so that I can make sure that they're relatively straight. I'm not going to sweat all the leveling and everything. I'll make it look all right, but this is just an outdoor gravel pit. So as long as it's relatively straight. Again, there's a few here I got to knock over a little bit, but tamped them down, stepped on the right-hand side here, and I'll put some clay and rock probably on the outside here so they don't shift too much as the ground starts to go down, because this, it's kind of hard. Well, no, you can see it there, so you can see the slope. But first line's in. Running out of daylight here, so figure I'll show you some progress. It looks exactly like it did when I was just setting the bricks to find out where I wanted them. But so we'll walk down. Told you I just filled up this little half circle with just rocks that were laying around the property. We can put decorative rock or something in here if you want, and just some of those bricks to block it off. But dug it down, put down some sand, straightened it out with a string line, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, just to be an outdoor, it's really just to hold the gravel in place so it doesn't wash away and wash down the hill. So looking pretty good, but it's, what time is it? It's about 6:30, losing light, so it's time to eat and get the bed ready, get the fire going in the stove, and relax for a little while. And then tomorrow, we will put down some fabric. I'll take these bricks out, the walkway bricks, take them out, lay down some fabric, and put down the gravel I got today. Is 1 ton. This is just shy of about 400-ish square feet. So I'll definitely need another load, maybe even 2 more, hell, maybe 3 more. I'm really not quite sure. But until then. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It's about 40 degrees outside. About 6:30 in the morning. Got some coffee brewing. Getting ready to start the day. Stoked the fire at about 2 a.m. When I woke up at 5:30, it wasn't out, but had to get it going again with some fire starter. Only because I didn't feel like walking out to the fire pile and getting more kindling. So still had some wood inside. But anyway, about to start the day. Get some coffee in me and get moving. All right, we've had our coffee. Time to get to it. Made the bed. Straightened up a little. Swept. Got some stuff charging. Let's go. I think the first order of business this morning is going to be to lay down a strip of landscape fabric and then cover that with at least enough gravel so that it doesn't blow away. I need a tripod. Definitely need more sand. Making some good progress. About 9 o'clock. So I got about 3/4 of the gravel down. Let me show you what I did for the fire pit. So these bricks are not good for a fire pit, so I'll probably replace them. It's just what I had on hand right now to kind of outline it. I'm going to fill this up with some more sand. My next step is to take the walkway bricks out so that I can put some gravel down. And then I'll probably be out of gravel by then, and I'll go get some more. Maybe stop at Lowe's, and then come back, take down the canopy. The bathroom tent I should be able to leave since it's already level on a pallet, but I will put gravel around it, probably lift the pallet up, put some gravel underneath for better drainage. Stack some firewood for tonight. And yeah. So let's go. Back for load 2. Second ton. Back at the property with this second load of rock. Already started this little section here to the right. And guess what? You're never gonna believe it. It's raining. Again. I'm having some gnarly flashbacks of building this deck. It's raining real good. Had to put on a raincoat. I would call this complete for right now. Could probably use another layer of gravel. It's kind of thin. And you can't see the landscape fabric or anything like that, but I would like it a little bit thicker. Maybe we'll christen the temporary fire pit with a fire tonight. Shower spot. Had to take the tent down and everything. Got to put the walkway back up. fix the step, start planning on some steps for the front of the deck. Not quite sure what I'm going to do next. I'm considering either A, going and getting one more load of gravel and using the excess to fix a couple of spots in the road, or just calling this good for this trip and getting a ton of crusher run and really fixing the spots that I want in the road. So I don't know. Stay tuned. Maybe by the next video I'll have figured it out. Okay, to answer your question of what I was going to do next, the answer is nothing. Not quite nothing. I'm just going to fart around here. I'm going to put the stones back, the pathway. I think I'm just going to pack up the outdoor canopy and the shower tent, since I probably won't be using those. And probably just relax and fart around here, clean up a little bit, make some sense out of some stuff. Moving 2 tons of gravel today, it kicked my butt. My back is killing me. So just thought I'd give an update and answer the question as to what I was going to do next. Relax. Yet another evening coming to a close. It started raining pretty hard, so I didn't get too much done after the last update. Made some food, sat on the porch, listened to the rain, drank a beer. It's only about 7:15, 7:30 or so, but I had a long day. I think I'm just gonna get this fire going, lay down in bed, listen to the rain, call it an evening. We will see you in the morning. Happy Thursday. It's about 7:30. I've been up for about an hour. Got some pretty good sleep last night, about 10-ish hours or so. Unfortunately, they were broken up into 2-hour chunks. But I did get a good about 4 hours straight, from about 2 to 6. The fire likes that log, huh? I'm gonna shut that down. Anyway, I'm gonna get dressed, gonna walk the property a little bit, decide what I want to do today. I think I'm gonna fix those spots in the road with some crusher on. The property's gonna be super muddy. It rained all night long and hard. So I'm a little concerned about pulling that stump out of the pit. Since of where it is, it's on the road going up. I got a feeling that I might do some damage to the road with the tires. So I might have to put that on the back burner. I might wait till tomorrow morning, because it doesn't look like it's going to rain anymore while I'm here. It's already stopped. If you hear the rain hitting the tent, it's just from the trees. So tentative plan right now is walk the property, go get a ton of crusher run, fix the first spot, see how much crusher run I have left over to determine how many runs I need to make, which will eventually determine the rest of the day. Out for my morning property walk. I know what I'm doing today. See that? That seals the deal. We're getting crusher run, because that cannot stay. 2 spots I definitely want to fix today. If there's enough time, maybe a third. But I got this one here. The stand and water down there, crossing the spring. And just got back with a ton of crusher run. Just a little midway update. It's pushing, so as I put it in, this puddle, it's pushing the water this way. So I'm gonna continue on a little strip right here and get it to the point where it starts going downhill, so that it can then drain down towards the spring area. I got to talking to one of the fellas at the gravel place and completely forgot that I put my rake and my shovel in the bed of the truck. Obviously he didn't see them, so my rake and shovel are buried under a ton of crusher run. Fortunately, I had a second shovel up at the tent site, so just trying to dig out my tools. All right, I'm gonna throw the last little bit of crusher run right here. So right about where the sun is shining. It's a little bit of a dip, so I've got about 1/8 of a ton left. I patched a couple of areas down there like I pointed out, and I think I'm just going to use the excess for this little spot right here. I think that's the last time I'm going to pick up crusher run in any truck that's got a grooved bed like this. I'm almost done, but all of these grooves were full of basically wet concrete. So it's taken me a long while just to get here. So I'm walking down to the spring, filling up 2 5-gallon buckets, coming back up this hill, and then pouring them in the bed of the truck. Now that I've got the grooves cleared out, I could probably come in here with the brush that I brought. So we'll give that a try. Can't remember if I've taken any video walking down to the spring or not, so let's see how this goes. I'm carrying buckets with one hand and holding the phone with the other instead of grabbing onto these trees. It's downhill quite a ways. And this is just the pipe that runs under the road. I assume at one time this whole valley, if I guess you want to call it, because we're down, so it comes up here and then it comes up here, and of course the spring has just probably been eaten away for, I mean, who knows how many hundreds of years. So I assume the previous owner built this up when he put the road in, because then it goes down on the other side. So anyway, it's a little treacherous down here. It's very muddy. I mean, the whole property's muddy right now from the rain, but since this is just soaking wet, it's super muddy. So I get about half of the 5-gallon bucket. I mean, within, what, 20 seconds? So this spring right here is probably flowing at least 10 gallons a minute. See, it's already full. That's about 2.5 gallons right there, just in that little bit of time. So let's see, the timer on the phone is 58, 59, so here's 2 minutes that I've been taking this video. So let's see how many seconds when I have 2.5 gallons. So that's 10 seconds. 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it's flowing about 1 gallon every 10 seconds. Just, you know, quick, rough guesstimate. That was 30 seconds. And water was spilling out the side. So that's pretty good. So 10 seconds per gallon, so 6 gallons per minute. Whew. So 360 gallons an hour. Is that right? That's pretty good. All right, time to wrap a chain around this bad boy and drag him out of the pit. Hopefully. So with the things on my to-do list today complete, started assessing the firewood situation, and unfortunately only this little pile right here is seasoned enough to burn. The stuff that I bucked up is still too wet, and the bigger chunks I just did this trip, granted it was from a fallen tree, but they're not ready to burn either. So I was starting to get a little worried about firewood, which I know is silly considering we're on 15 acres of woods. So I decided to take a little traipse through the woods and look for any dead trees that would be easy to just push down, and found a few of those, and actually only one did I need to get the chainsaw. So I've got plenty of kindling, but this is what I found. So these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, those ones I needed the chainsaw, so they were dead but not rotted, but they sure do look like good burning wood. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Those are pretty rotted, so I'll probably just burn those tonight because they'll just soak up rainwater. And these ones here, I was able to just kind of rip out of the ground. They're about 10 to 15 feet. And then I've just got some more kindling here. So I went from being a little worried about firewood situation in the middle of the woods to having plenty. Cut up enough firewood to get me through the night. When I wake up in the morning, I'll cut up what I didn't get to today, but finally showered. Just did some general cleaning up around the tent. Still have a little bit more to do, but got some food in me. Just some chunky soup. I watch some guys on YouTube, especially that guy Jay up in the Northwest Territories in Canada. He does all the hot tent videos. One of the guys that I really like watching. He's always doing these gourmet meals and whatnot, and I just can't do it, man. Like, I just don't feel like I have enough time or energy to whip something up like that. So it's just too easy to throw a can of Dinty Moore or something into the pot and eat that. But cut up firewood, straightened up around here. I'm gonna get the stove going here in a little bit. It's probably about 7 o'clock or so. Just relaxing. The wind is blowing real hard. Not at the moment, but it's coming in gusts, so real pretty. Glad it's not raining. Shouldn't be raining tomorrow. So I should be able to get a good bit of stuff done in the morning and then start packing up and get things ready for our November trip. Straightened up some. It's amazing how much of a mess you make when you're in and out of the tent all day, working. Got the bed made, everything shook out in case any spiders decided to hitch a ride. Yeah, tidied up. Got lots of space in here now. Got the wood ready for the fire. Get that going probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so. Yeah. Thursday evening's fire is going. Calling it an evening on this Thursday night. Got to crawl up into that bed. 75 degrees in the tent, 49 degrees outside. Until tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. It is a chilly 44 degrees this morning. The fire's been out since I stoked it last at about 4:30. So I don't know. It's been out for a little while. I don't want to get another one going because I'm packing up today and I gotta let the stove cool down. So it's chilly. Got the coffee going. Time to start moving. Final property walk of this trip. Just up at the top, assessing where I want the cabin. I was hoping to get it marked out at a minimum on this trip, but it just didn't work out that way. But this is basically going to be the site. I'm thinking 12 by 16 with a 4-foot porch. That'll keep me right at the dimensions so that I don't need to get a building permit. And 12 by 16 for a cabin is plenty big. Final update on the work that I did at the pit on the side of the road. So we got that stump out. Dragged it down there. I'll cut that up next trip. Cleaned up some of the brush that was growing out of the side here, and I did cut down that tree. It's right there. Just left it on the side. I'll cut that up next trip as well. Take a little walk on the far side over here. I'll let nature take its course for all this stuff. So yeah, next trip, some cleanup, because I just kind of threw stuff to the side. But it's looking a hell of a lot better than it did when I bought it. No more trash. Nice and clear. Homestead. I believe I have found the source of the spring. This is all rock face right here. And very steep downhill and covered by leaves, so very difficult to see. But I don't want to do this by myself while I'm here alone. It's pretty dangerous. But this is all rock face. And right there is where I believe the water is coming out of the rock. I believe that is the starting point. I don't see water flowing down the rock or the ground anywhere else, but I'll have to come down here and clean all this out. But I do believe that that is the source. Right there. So it looks like a deer decided to run through my crusher run that I put down at the spring spot yesterday. This morning's about taking different paths. So I already showed you that I went. Here's where I fixed yesterday at the spring. Where I was getting the water is down in here. So I just walked up here to get back there, which is the rock face that I just showed you. I'm basically in the same spot, but this time I'm gonna try walking up. So the road is right over here. So instead of coming up to the home site and then looping around and going to the tent site that way, I'm gonna see if I can't cut through the woods. It looks pretty thick, so I'm not gonna go too far. Ooh, there's a big old fallen tree right there. Eey. So I'm gonna see if I can't get up this way, but it's pretty thick. So let's see what happens. Looks like I went a little bit further than I had to, but the road is right there. So let's get up there. I went way too far. I'm all the way up to home site. I should have hung a left at Albuquerque. Well, that was fun. I haven't been through that part of the property yet. It's always the saddest part of these trips, packing up. Gonna cut up a little bit of firewood for our next trip, but just started slowly putting some stuff together inside the tent. It's very windy out, very noisy. It's awesome. Much better than torrential rain. Final chore of this trip. Get some of this firewood ready for next time. I'd say it's about enough firewood for our next visit, at least for the first, day or two, and I can cut up more. The stuff underneath is from the rotted trees, and we'll just burn that outside in the fire pit. And then basically from here to here, down to about this big one, is what I just plucked up from that dead tree that I cut down yesterday. So good to go. With that said and that done, it's time to unscrew the kindling splitter, put away the tools, and start breaking her down. Sad days. Happy Halloween. Quick update on packing up. It's always sad, slow going, but we're getting there. Most stuff is packed up. Stove is out. Definitely going to find an alternate heat source for shorter trips. That Woodsman XL is far too labor intensive for, 3-day weekend, even 4 days. If I'm here for a week or more, I'll definitely bring it. And it's definitely going in the cabin, but until then, I'm going to find some kind of propane-based stove is in there. Just gotta pack up the pipe. We'll start loading the truck here soon. Get the rug rolled up. Now that I'm done with the stove, I can put the supplies towed away. Get the carpet up, get the floor up, and then it's time to take tent down. And that's pretty much it. So it is 1:47, so I'm making good time. I've got another 2 hours and 13 minutes. I gave myself till 4 p.m. Started right around noon. Majority of the stuff is packed. Letting the rain fly dry a little bit. Another good use of this gravel so it's not out in the dirt. Tent is empty. Gonna fold up this floor, this vinyl floor. Take down the porch. Take down the tent, bag up the legs, fold the tent, pack it up, head home. Probably do one more update before I leave. 3 hours and 45 minutes into breaking down. Just got to fold up the tent, pack up the legs, fold the rain fly, strap everything down, pull on out. Well, the October trip has come to a close. After I locked up the chains, I realized I didn't turn the trail cam on, so I had to hoof it all the way back up. Taking the other way out is a little bit more scenic. I'll show you coming up. All right. Until November.